What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TOJ Talks. I'm your host, Will Parkinson, at Will Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. TOJ Pod, all 32. Want to do a quick 10 minutes here, Saturday morning, Jets Broncos. It feels like the Jets have not played a football game in forever. Jets will be taking on the Broncos 1 o'clock at Sunday at Jet Life. Broncos coming in 1-2. A team that's a mixed match of some of the veterans that you kind of are familiar with that the Jets have played the last few years, out in Denver, and then obviously a rookie quarterback, no more Russell Wilson, more Brett Rippin. It'll be Bo Nix time, at MetLife, and obviously the Jets coming off two wins, the last 6 quarters or so, some of the most impressive football, obviously the most impressive football of the season, the last 4 specifically, probably the best Jets win in a meaningful game in God knows how long. This is going to be an interesting one. The Jets coming in, touchdown plus favorites, a lot of expectations coming off a blowout of the New England Patriots. The Broncos, not a good team by any means, probably not as much of a pushover as maybe being made of. But again, rookie quarterback, back-to-back weeks on the East Coast, riding high off an emotional need to have it win down in Tampa. They blitzed the crap out of Baker Mayfield and played, I think 40% cover one, and were able to kind of beat the Bucs up a little bit. The Bucs feels like they totally overlooked the Denver Broncos, saw the record and saw the results early on and came in 2-0 feeling themselves a little bit and dropped the home game there. The Jets, obviously, again, coming off that Patriots win. A couple of things, I guess, to watch out for here. And again, I know it's a shorter form. I'll have a longer form pod out on the TOJ pod feed on Sunday. And then obviously we'll be back into the rhythm of kind of a normal game week next week in London. But nonetheless, I think a big couple of things to watch out for here in this game. Stat pointed out, early this morning, Aaron Rodgers in his 13 home games following a 9-day break or more, so a bye week or a mini bye, 13-0, 32 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 295 yards a game. Pretty effing good. Rodgers hadn't started a season 0-2. Home opener records. The Rodgers numbers, there's always a stat that kind of befuddles you, is kind of insane to think about. And, he'll go for obviously 14-0, in this situation. On Sunday, the Broncos, again, a good defense. I don't know that it's a great defense. They've played really well through 3 weeks. Vance Joseph has these guys flying around. It's no more Justin Simmons, guys of that nature. Alex Singleton, who's, their middle linebacker that's been a standout. Unfortunately, tore his ACL, played through the game, which is crazy enough, but tore his ACL, on Sunday afternoon, will not be in this game, will be missing the rest of the season. Patrick Surtain, obviously, a name everyone's familiar with. If Sauce isn't the best corner, he's probably 2, and Surtain might be 1. Interchange them all you want. Broncos, again, 40%, cover 1, thus far. A lot of blitzing and a lot of Patrick Surtain in man coverage. He neutralized DK Metcalf at times. He neutralized Mike Evans. Garrett Wilson and him have seen each other before. The Jets have got to get creative on Sunday afternoon of Garrett Wilson in the slot, Garrett Wilson in motion, some different pick plays, some ways to get the ball in his hands early to have, Surtain and the Broncos defense have to respect that. And, we talked a lot, before the Patriots game, when they go more of Gonzalez on maybe Mike Williams or Lazard and double Garrett. They end up going Gonzalez and a double on Garrett, and the other guys beat them. So we'll see how the Broncos kind of deploy themselves. If I'm the Jets, I'm coming out trying to pass again. I'm getting the ball to guys like Tyler Conklin, to Mike Williams, Alan Lazard, Breece Hall, and Braylon Allen. Early on in that game, you're going to have to respect us. You're going to have to tackle an open space. You're going to have to cover, and be smarter than Aaron Rodgers. And I think Vance Joseph versus Aaron Rodgers in a duel, you'd like to think Rodgers, wins that all day long. Again, it's one of the Jets' only 3 1 o'clock home games all year, and this is the only one before December. So, let's it'll be an interesting atmosphere. I think it's going to be awesome. That, at MetLife, obviously, I will be there as well. Defensively, the Jets are in an interesting situation. They've blitzed a lot more, obviously, against New England. They blitzed some against Tennessee as well. 40% pressure rate, 44% pressure rate, including 40%, rate of blitz against the Patriots. So, we've seen them change their philosophy a little bit. Obviously, it looks like C.J. Mosley's not going to play in this game. I think maybe try to get him fully healthy. Obviously, no Hassan Reddick. DJ Reed, Michael Carter off the injury report. Great news for this Jets team. Carter and Reed were both struggling and toughing it out. I can tell you, I don't think these guys were anywhere close to even 100% or 75%, honestly. Bo Nix against pressure. It's bad. I'm not against blitzing. I've had, that's different because if you don't get home on a blitz, it's that's your own problem. Against pressure, Bo Nix, I think 7 of 30 or somewhere in that range. I tweeted out the stats earlier, but 4 interceptions. It's ugly, man. And if you can pressure him, 9 of 30, 212 yards, 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. So certainly a guy you want to get after. The Jets, again, best pressure rate in the NFL, through 3 weeks. It's not a great offensive line, in my opinion. Some guys that are good. I'm not saying that the Broncos' offensive line is bad, but Will McDonald's riding high, second in the NFL in sacks. Quinnen Williams kind of finally broke out this year. Felt like he had his best Quinnen Williams level game. Sherwood, Quincy in the middle should be able to handle some of these backs. Javonte, again, a talented back. McLaughlin, another talented back. But I think guys that you can contain, Sutton on the outside, and Sauce has had some nice moments with Cortland Sutton. I think it's a good matchup for him. Sauce is a physical corner, size-wise can match up with Sutton. So this is a game, again, I'm looking for the Jets to kind of get out to a fast start and put another team away. Again, do I think the Broncos are a pushover? By no means, but if you told me this game ends up 28-12 and the Jets look really good and you get another good Rodgers game going into London, I wouldn't be surprised at all. So, again, it was just a couple 7-8 minutes here, just kind of get you ready, and before Joe's got his 12-pack tomorrow morning. Again, flagship pod after the game, and other guys Monday. I'll be on a longer version of this tomorrow on the TOJ pod feed, if you're looking for that, and then I'll be back on Monday or Tuesday, later in the week, Thursday or Friday, there, and Saturday, as always, all 32 pod. We did an in-depth review of Jets Broncos as well. I think this is one of those games where you look back and just stack wins, man. Conference wins, chance to move to 3-0 in the conference, chance to move to 3-1. Buffalo's got a difficult game. You could be tied for first place by the end of Sunday night. So, all eyes are on that Buffalo game, and rightfully so. 3 undefeated teams in a row after this, as it currently stands. Let's worry about that when we get there. Take care, Denver. A fun, raucous atmosphere at Jet Life. It should be a good game. Jets, again, you pressure, and more pressure. Spin the dial on Bo Nix. Different coverages, different blitzes. Rush 4 sometimes. You rush 6 sometimes. You're playing cover 3. You're playing cover 2. You're in man at times. You got to spin the dial on him and make him push the ball down the field, and you'll see him make some mistakes. And then, obviously, again, on offense, efficiency, get Rodgers kind of moving, feeling good. Run the football. Be physical and take care of business. First start for Olu Fashanu. Excited to see how that goes. Him at right tackle. Again, one for the future, obviously. But appreciate you for listening, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow.